Victoria Marie, and guess what? The holidays are approaching pretty quickly. I can't believe next week it's going to be October, and that also means that Christmas is coming. And for those of us who like to do December dailies, it's usually around this time of the year that we're trying to decide, well, are we going to do a December daily or we're not? But then there's some of us who are slackers. Yes, slackers from 2014 who have their 2014 albums just kind of hanging around. Maybe you're using it as a doorstop, or maybe perhaps you're propping up your kitchen table on your December daily. Mine was conveniently hidden under my scrap desk. But either way, this baby needs to get done. The whole idea behind December Daily is to be able to put those Christmas memories each year into a beautiful album, something that we can look at later. And somehow we always get so busy this time of year. And for a lot of you, this album was not done. So in this series, the next, I guess, 4 or 5 videos, we're going to focus on December Daily. I'm going to do probably about 2 December Daily layouts for each video. And I'm going to challenge you in the month of October, before you even start thinking about 2015, is to get your 2014 album done. That's my goal. So by October 31st, by Halloween, we're going to get this album done. So stay tuned. I've got more details to come. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through my December Daily and what I've gotten finished in this album so far. And then I'll talk about the rest of the stories that I'm going to get done. Now, I realize that for some of you, you were doing your December Daily as it was designed. So that means you were taking pictures on a daily basis, and you were picking just a couple little stories you want to highlight on a daily basis throughout the month of December. There are some of us who sort of did more like a December highlighted or December remembered, or there's a bunch of other titles going out there where we didn't necessarily take photos every day, but we wanted to put in our albums memories that we want to keep for that holiday season. So whether it was traditions, something new that we did, every day, whatever, that's kind of how we did it. And that's my approach to this. I'm not going to take pictures every day because I simply don't have time to do that. But there are things throughout the holiday seasons, particularly throughout the month of December, because it is by far my favorite holiday, things that I want to remember in this album. So let's go ahead and go through it. I will post the link to the videos that I did preparing my December Daily album, so it goes through all the details here, as well as what I used. I used a Simple Stories album, and then I just embellished the album, and then I used the Simple Stories inserts. So what did I get done? I got the title page done, and I used multiple different pattern papers. Most of the papers that I used in here were from previous Christmas kits that I got, or things that I purchased at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So a lot of what was in here I didn't have to purchase specifically for this project. It was just stuff that I wanted to do just in general for holiday, or materials I wanted to have on hand just in general for holiday scrapping. And so I spaced out the letters to say Christmas here on the title page. And then on this page, I took a doily, a little bag, some twine. These numbers were some white cardstock numbers that I heat embossed in gold, and then a little bit of embellishments to create that layout. This Christmas season, I bought a little, or this past Christmas season, I bought a little snowman mug from, I want to say Michael's. And so I wanted to put that memory in my album, and then did a whole bunch of other embellishing. Now I did go through and I put in all of the papers, and then I went back and did some embellishing on the albums. And then of course I told the story of us decorating the Christmas tree, which was very fun. And the special ornaments, we have Princess Tiana, which is my daughter's ornament that her grandmother gave her. And a lot of these things were from my stash. I didn't buy Christmas collection specifically, or from old kits that I used. Our Elf on the Shelf, of course, goes in our album. My daughter's not all that enthralled with Elf on the Shelf, but she does like our little elf hanging around, and she doesn't move. She usually stays on the Christmas tree. And then my daughter received a little Christmas tree from her grandma. This little Christmas tree used to sit on my mom's office desk, but she has since retired. And so now my daughter has claimed that Christmas tree of her own, and so I want to tell that story. Then my mother loves Christmas. Her home literally throws up Christmas every year. And so I wanted to, why is my mat not straight? Okay, hold on, I'm about to adjust this here. There we go. I wanted to tell sort of the story of my daughter who was enthralled by one of my mom's little Christmas motifs there that lights up. We spent some time with my in-laws at Main Event, which is a place where you can go play games and pool and that type of thing. So we took some pictures in a photo booth. I kept the card. Now we go to Main Event pretty often, but I thought it'd be great to keep that little card that you load up tickets on, as well as your credits to play games. And then some of these pictures didn't come out very well, but that's okay. I went ahead and put them in the album anyway to tell that story. My Naughty or Nice t-shirt that I bought from Target, it has a Grinch on it. I also that year got a Michael Kors bag. Now, my spouse and I celebrate 8 years of being together, or we celebrate 7 years of being together. Not our wedding anniversary, but 7 years of being together on December 16th, somewhere around there. That's when we first started being serious and dating. And so to celebrate that, she brought me a purse, Michael Kors purse. So I was very excited about that. Then, of course, I usually drink most of my hot drinks during the winter months. So my favorite Coffee Mate creamer that goes in my coffee. And I got this cute little coffee cup from Target. And then, of course, I couldn't forget to put in my cute little fluffy house slippies. And I usually get a pair every year. This was also the first year that we took our daughter to see the Nutcracker. This is something that Brie and I do yearly, and we have been since our first date, because our first date we went to go see the Nutcracker, a local production. And so we went and took her in to see a professional production of the Nutcracker. We usually always get box seats, so this was incredibly exciting for her. This was the first professional performance that we've taken her to. We took her to a lot of community performances and performances of Friends, but this was the first big one. And so we had to buy a special dress, and she got to have a Shirley Temple. It was very, very, very special. I took the program that we get every year, and I also turned that into a layout on the back. So I just cut that out and then added this cute little picture of her. We were downtown Dallas to see this production, and this, I mean, just adorable, just absolutely adorable, by the lit up tree, and it was just wonderful. And then some pictures of some other things that we saw when we did during intermission, and then they had a big old oh goodness, ornament outside that people were taking pictures in front of, so that was pretty fun. And that is where my album ends. And so I do have other photos that I've printed, and I have them marked in different places here in the album. And I still have some more to add, so like Christmas Day, Christmas dinner, a couple of things for New Year's. So I still have some more to add to this album to finish it out. So not that much. So my goal, as I mentioned, is to finish this album by the end of October. And then at that point, or a little bit before that point, I'm going to start working on prepping my 2015. So I think I might start a little bit early with that as I'm working on this album to go ahead and start prepping my 2015 album. I'm really trying hard not to buy any new Christmas supplies. I'm going to show you the Christmas supplies that I have on hand, but I might have to break that rule just a tiny, tiny bit. But I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see if I can get away with it without having to buy anything. So, speaking of supplies, I want to go ahead and show you what I used last year. Okay, so like most of my scrapping supplies that I like to organize, I like to put everything in these iris cases, and you can get this at your local hobby store. Inside the case, I have an insert, and as you can see, it has not been organized, and it is filled to the brim with a bunch of wood veneers that I purchased, that I purchased at my crafting store, but also that I got from some of my kits from last year. And then I have a bunch of papers. Some of this stuff is directly Christmas themed and some of it's not. Say, for instance, this Teresa Collins, Hello, My Name Is. This is not Christmas themed, but it certainly had colors that you can use for Christmassy type of layouts. I also have some memorabilia in here. So our tickets when we went ice skating in Oklahoma with my mother-in-law. I also have my daughter's note from Santa Claus that I need to put in there. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff. I've got font stickers, I've got ribbon, I have twine, I have doilies, I have all kinds of stuff in here. So as I'm getting ready to finish out this album, the first thing I'm going to do is organize this entire kit and figure out what I want to use and what I don't want to use. And plus, it'll already be organized for my 2015. I might add a little bit to this. I might not. I haven't decided yet. However, at least I know that I have things in here that will work for my holiday. And get this all set up and ready to go. And then in the coming weeks, I am going to print, or I should say in the upcoming days, I'm going to first print out the photos that I want to use, and I'm going to jot down a few notes, journaling notes of the stories that I want to tell, and get those all clipped and organized, and then I will film some process videos getting this album done. And then when it's completed, I'll give you a tour of the album again. Okay, so for those of you like me who are December daily slackers, here are some tips where you can get your December daily done before the end of the month. Okay, so before the end of October. So October 31st is what we're searching for, is what we're working towards. The first thing I recommend that you do is you actually find your December daily album. It may be somewhere in your house, so go ahead and locate it. If you bought the materials for it and you haven't actually put it together, go ahead and get that out, set it somewhere in your craft space so that it's right in front of you every time that you go to sit down to scrap. Number two, because it's been almost a year since you last touched this or even thought about December daily, go through your photos and pick out the memories that you want to remember. And I would recommend that you don't feel compelled that you have to print every single last photo from December that you took last year. Pick out the ones that represent the memories. Did you go ice skating? Do you have a favorite hot cocoa recipe? Did you try something new? Did you have relatives come over that you haven't seen in a while? Did your family do something different that year that you don't normally do? Now, for those of you who had the plan of scrapbooking your everyday, don't worry about it. Just scrapbook the memories that you do remember and then go from there. It would be helpful to make a list, perhaps. That's what I do. I'm a big list maker. So I'm going to go through and make a list of all the things that I want to include in the rest of my December daily album. Print those photos, get them sized up, whatever you need to do, set those aside. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go and get all of your materials. Now, whether you bought new materials or you're going to use your old materials, get what you need to use for your December daily out and set it somewhere so that you see it regularly when you go past your scrapbooking space. Once you have your photos printed, you have a list of the memories that you want to put in this December daily, and you've gone through and you've organized all your supplies and you got it ready. The only thing to do now is to actually get it done, and that's the hard part. So join me at the Victoria Marie Facebook group page. I'm going to post the link here at the bottom. If you're not already a member, you can send a request. I have a few admins on there, including myself, that review people who give requests. So don't panic if we don't approve you right away. But if you're already a member, make sure that you look out for information about the December Daily Challenge. Remember, we are trying to get this done by the end of October. Now, if you already have your December dailies done from 2014, good for you. You are awesome sauce. However, for all the rest of us slackers, make sure that you're not overcommitting. Make sure that you are working through your December daily at a good even pace to get it done for 2015. Or 2014, so maybe you're doing just a couple of layouts here and there per week. Maybe you sit down one weekend and totally knock it out. So join me on the Facebook page, share a picture of your December daily. I'm going to create an album on there. And for those who are working on this challenge or those who just want to share the December daily. Now, if you've already did your December daily, good, awesome. Or for 2014, if you're working on 2015, don't worry, come join us anyway. If you want to go ahead and get a head start. I think what I'm going to do at some point in October is I'm going to start working on my 2015 album so I can go ahead and get a head start on that, because Christmas time, the next few weeks are going to be insane. So I'd rather go ahead and get that done. And yes, I will film that and I will post that here on the YouTube channel. Okay, so it's doable. We can totally do this. Look out for process videos to come. I'm going to probably film 1 or 2 videos per week until I get this December daily album done. So you will see all of that. There are links to the 2014 December daily setup, walking through my album, kind of explaining the different supplies and things that I'm using. I won't be using much more different than what you'll see in those videos. And most of all, just have fun remembering those memories from 2014 and getting ready for Christmas 2015, because it's not that far away. All right, guys, until next time, the next video you will probably see will be a process video, probably a regular process video, but then you'll also see December daily coming up really soon. Have a great day. See you next time. Be sure to check the Victoria Marie blog for more information about this challenge and for the future 2015 December Daily Challenge that will premiere this November.